Game on, everybody! Time to shine. We got the lower bracket match between Team Nick and Team Makke, another best of 5 series. Now I'm actually casting solo. We had Quack as a co-caster for the last one. Did a fantastic job there. Bit nervous at the start. Mr. For sure. Now that we're looking into this series, on the other hand, I'm going to rock this one solo, and then maybe later on Tim is going to join me for the grand finals. We're going to see. But of course, if you haven't really heard about Meta Madness too much just yet, keep in mind there's 10 heroes that are actually globally banned in all of this. And also for, like, every hero that is getting picked during all of this will then again be not eligible for the next map, and so on and so forth. Meaning as we enter game number 2, there's 20 heroes banned. Game number 3, there's 30 banned. Game number 4, 40, and yeah, you get the idea. Infernal Shrines is the map. We have the immediate ban on Carrigan, because nobody wants to go up against Nick's Carrigan, since Nick's Carrigan can carry again. But here comes the Medivh ban on the other side. That doesn't shock. We've seen this actually against Khaldor as well, that Medivh was pretty much reliably banned out. Ultralisk has also a pretty mean Medivh for Makke's team, so he was not going to make an appearance here either. Infernal Shrines has actually seen a lot of Tacita plays lately, and it doesn't come as a big surprise that teams are now starting to ban him out over here. He can be incredibly powerful when we're talking about any kind of fight that happens around the shrine. So Tacita gets banned out, and with that we are leading into our last ban on the side. So what are we going to get with this? What are we gonna get rid of right now? Ban against Leo. Yeah, Leoric banned out. Okay, so far so good. And that brings a lot of the wave clear, eliminates a lot of the wave clear here. But here we go. Junkrat, oftentimes an early pick for him. So in this case, we actually see Ultralisk locking this in for himself. Of course, on the other side, we now go for the first double pick. And this is really the game where you still have the most options of what you can play around with your tank lineup. And what we've seen in Game 4, Game 5, multiple times now, is that tanks are becoming a big problem very quickly. You have a bit of an issue on the range damage dealers when it comes to auto attackers. Mage is not so much the issue, but the auto attacker side starts to become a problem. And we've even seen a little bit of a push towards the supports and healers, but the main problem still is the frontline. Urel gets already picked here. Frontline, by the way, immediately becoming an issue if you also start drafting Blaze not as a main tank, Imperius not as a main tank, because those are two of the side laners that you can play in a main tank role. But if they get played, as for example the case here, in the normal role where we see them on the side lane together with an actual main tank, that even depletes the frontline pool more quickly and makes it even harder for a team on map number 4 or map number 5, if it comes to that, to sustain themselves through this and really have that beefy frontline there. There's still a couple of heroes that we still have not seen though. I mean, for example, Artanis has not even been picked. I mean, even with more than 50 heroes banned out, nobody looked at Artanis and said like, yeah, that hero is worth picking. So it just gives you a bit of an idea of where he stands in the balance ranking at this point. We have Malfurion banned away, and that leaves us with the last ban, this time on the side of Team Makke. And what's it gonna be? I mean, you can still ban either a main tank or also a support if you want to limit the options even more. Probably not a support. They haven't really picked their own yet, so it would surprise me a bit. You still want to keep something up here. Alexstrasza has now been taken a few times already. Sylvanas, no momentum swing with the Punisher available anymore. Trying to just disable the structures and get the push in. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah. Is someone going to pick up that Alexstrasza? She becomes a good option in the later stages. Infernal Shrines, in this case, is the first map, the starting map. But Hazorp's team, for example, has picked her right away here for the Dragon Queen bullying. And then enables you, of course, also to really dominate these team fights even more. But they already have Blaze, they have Tyrael, which means there's Bunker, Sanctification up, so the double layered defense. Lucio gets taken on the other side. So that is actually gonna make this a bit more difficult. You can easier play around the opponent and try and find value somewhere else on the map. As the Maiev pick. And Anduin. Yeah, Alexstrasza became a little bit less attractive here after the Lucio setup. It just makes it too easy to play around an opponent. And with that, we have our last pick for game number 1. What's it gonna be? Let's jump in and have a look at it. We still need a frontliner. Urel is not going to be the main tank for this game. I highly doubt it. There's Diablo, and I like it. Infernal Shrines, ladies and gentlemen. Team Nick going up against Team Makke in the lower bracket. The best of 5 series at Meta Madness, powered by Hightech. Team Nick against Team Makke. Nick himself on Urel for the blue team. Kelvin on Reyna. We got Yasuo on Lucio, Masquerade on Diablo, and Dainu on Zeratul. On the right side of the map, Team Makke with Koro on Anduin. We got Ultralisk on Maiev. And we have Max Passion on Blaze with Makke on Junkrat and Stalk on Tyrael. Alright, cleave setup actually on level 1, a little bit more value on the shrine itself, and you can just simply cleave through and try and get some additional stacks together while also dishing out damage to the opponent. So that's going to be nice for them. When it comes to our talents, no big surprises over here. Again, the Exterminator for Jimmy, the standard these days after all the buffs that have come in. So we're going to see that come through. Also, Soul Shield for Diablo. Masquerade ready to bully on this one. And Masquerade is actually pretty solid in his Diablo play. The Angry Cloud as well. Diablo confirmed being German. Yeah, just angry all the time. The Germans. Krankenwagen. Schmetterling. Yeah, we all know those, right? So, anyways. Down to the bottom of the map. Zeratul jumping out. A little bit of a rotational play here too. Keep in mind that Lucio is on the other side, so he can actually speed the team up. They're trying to go at gank going on the other side of the map. And now Zeratul still fighting it out a bit down here, and that's a problem. Oh, the tether from Ultralisk nearly going to be the end of him, but in the middle, the real kill happens here. Junkrat goes down, gets eliminated, and that's a 1-0 for Team Nick. This is honestly going to be a pretty awesome game because Team Nick played exceptionally well, I think. Not only in the group stage, but I really liked their performance in the winner bracket too. They went up against Team Hazu and those guys were just a little bit too strong. It was honestly really impressive to see that series. It was another 5-mapper, by the way, if I'm not mistaken. But Makke's team had also some absolutely stellar games. So both of these teams played fantastic games so far. And it should be a really close encounter between the two of them. That's at least what I would expect here. But yeah, I mean, time will tell. This is only map number 1. Teams, of course, have, as the series continues, to adapt a bit to the special rules of Meta Madness, where your hero pools get smaller and smaller and smaller as all of this continues, and that makes it pretty tricky sometimes. There's the idea to keep Masquerade actually in the fight and take him down. They can't quite make that happen, but level 4 talents are now ready for both. Top side. Urel is still holding the line here. So far, so good. 1-0 in kills. Yeah. Oh, actually, is that Max Passion? Nah, it's not gonna fall here. It's not gonna happen. Dino is also moving back into the middle. I mean, there's a lot of rotational play going on. We pretty much have 2 heroes focusing on middle and top on each side, so some of them rotating over back and forth, whereas at the bottom of the map a 3-man is currently dominating this. But the shrine is getting announced now. And with that, we'll focus into the middle of the map where the first Punisher is going to spawn here. But I like actually the setups that we see bot side with the remaining camps here. So they push the lane out, put some serious pressure onto the wall. That's already a bit of a win for them. I really like the way that they made that happen. But what else are we going to see here? I mean, for now, not really all too much. That's actually the early start, the early lead. Only one team has actually taken the camp, the Shamans. So on the left side, we're going to have a bit of a push top through the top. Urel already clearing the wave out too, which means that they are abandoning the shrine at the beginning at least. So there is a lead for Team Makke. And Nick and his boys, they're moving in a bit late. But it forces Blaze now to rotate topside, which allows them to make up for the time lost earlier by simply taking the position. There's no way that Makke fights this without having 5 on the map, so the attack is there. They're trying to go for the kill against Dino even. But now we have 18 against 24, so it's getting pretty close on the first objective. With level 7 talents being just a little bit faster for Team Nick. Is that going to help them? Well, we're going to find out. 23 against 31. Team Makke, they want it. They go in with Ultralisk, and they are locking in Punisher number 1. Not a single hero fell in the encounter, but it's a victory for Team Makke as they at least get the objective, so they can try and push a little bit through the middle, which is exactly what they do. They still have Blaze at the top to catch the experience. Bottom of the map, that's where Zeratul is getting active, but that was a really nice setup. Great engage. Well done. There's so much displacement now for Team Makke, not only around Junkrat, but Maiev. Zeratul pushed the wave out at the bottom of the map, so that's a little bit of a win. Is even trying to stop the rotation of Junkrat down, whereas now he has to take the super safe plays down here, so that's already tricky. They lost a bit of experience, which actually keeps both of the teams on even XP, even after we've seen the wall fall and the fort taken down to 50%. So, good start actually into the game. A little bit of a spicy one. I like that. I mean, both of the teams really doing as much as they can here to be aggressive around all of this, trying to get the kills, but also nice reactions on each side, as we are not having any kills yet confirmed in this game, outside of the initial ones, one side each. So, objective, nobody has died. After that, defense was pretty okay too. Nobody falling on the attacker side either. But this is again one of these games, you know, where you build up a little bit of suspension and it just feels that at any point when a kill happens, when the dam breaks, then all of a sudden you will see multiple kills come in, and they're already trying to go for Makke here. But with the Junkrat setup, they're kind of afraid that the displacement hits them too and pushes them over the wall, and for really good reason. You need to be careful here. Not even the side wall opened up, so you couldn't escape if that happened to you. But now it's level 10 time. They're looking towards their heroic abilities. Top side, bit of a gank attempt against Urel that usually doesn't work. In this case, it doesn't either, but at least they get the wall, right? Oh, actually? Can they get Nick? Nah. 50% HP. Again, taking Urel down, especially with the Divine Steed, is more or less impossible unless the player is completely inting, which definitely is not the case here. But you will be able to get some wall damage in, and that's exactly what they accomplished. So far, so good for them. Rotation now down towards the middle. Next shrine is spawning the top side, by the way. That's where we're going to have that. And let's see, bottom of the map. Makke is fine. Dino is the one that really wants to pop off later on. He went into that cleave variation where he then goes for Seeker on 7, so we are going to see level 16 cleave for him very likely. That's like a style that you sometimes see as a bit of a adjustment onto the map so that you get even more out of the objective push, but the idea of course still being that you go for Might of the Nerazim to then get one-shot potential against backliners, that he can put the pressure on the Junkrat, just to name one example. And that's what we're gonna see from him as the game continues. But thanks to him also heading at the same time into the cleave setup, they're gonna have an opportunity to get even more value against the objective and then maybe take that. Bit of a push at the top, bit of a push down here at the bottom, so everybody is actually going for the attack now, and it results with Jimmy being eliminated. So one more kill for Team Makke. And they're slowly but steadily starting to edge out a bit of a lead, thanks to the structures that we're able to take down. It's nothing too insane just yet, but again, step by step. That's how we want to set it up here. So top side, the shrine is about to activate, and that's where the rotation has to take place now. Zeratul is still waiting it out here, see if he can get an extra wave cleared with the setup that he has. Everybody else at the top is already trying to do the same thing, but it's all about the next Arcane Punisher, as it seems. Yeah, so it's going to be Arcane Punisher time for the boys and girls here. And already, Nick is trying to slow them down slightly as Zeratul now makes the rotation. As by the way, even more pressure over here in the middle. Zeratul can't even deal with it, has to move up to the top. The quest is completed for Masquerade at least. Diablo is at 100. That's the hit point pool. If he dies, he's going to be back in just a few seconds. The fort in the middle is about to go down. As up towards the top, the fight just continues. Nick is jumping in towards the front side once again. Dino looking for an opportunity against the back, but has already been spotted and immediately communicated to the rest of the team. So Zeratul needs to be careful. Can't be hit by the jet propulsion as the fight continues for the objective. 29 stacks against 8. Team Nick is moving on to the shrine. The attack against Diablo. Immediately the follow-up from Junkrat, pushing him into the backline. Dino is low as he's trying to make the play, but he's immediately getting targeted here and can't get anything done. And with Team Makke playing it so close to home, it's just impossible for the blue team to pick up a kill. So they fall back. They need to save Zeratul. The Arcane Punisher is locked in, and that's the second one pushing, this time through the top of the map. Very, very nicely done from Team Makke. And that's a really good start into all of this. I like that. So good job for them. Yeah, the level 13 talents are ready for both sides, but look at that attack. With a good tether, there's so much that they can do. Ultralisk is just absolutely shitting on him at this point. He's going in and he has so much damage on his hands with this. I mean, seriously, cleaving through those attacks time and time again. The cage is down. Sanctification is up as well. Nick, they want to go for the kill, and Ultralisk is actually starting to become a target here. He's incredibly low, but he's not the only one. Yasuo is also starting to struggle. Makke also low and barely makes it out. What a fight here. Once again, the Punisher, by the way, is still up, trying to take that fort down. But here comes the lockdown into the corner. Stork gets away. What the hell is happening here? We still don't get a kill. Like, what? Max Passion Diablo comes in. He's done with this shit. He's saying, boys, I want to have at least one. So at the end of what feels 2-minute fight, we have finally a kill coming through. But holy hell, these fights. So coordinated, so clutch, seriously. I mean, they're really playing it tight here. Nobody is willing to give up an inch on this one. And this is only map number 1 in this best of 5. It's a spicy fight for sure. What's the damage looking like? Look at this. 22,000 on Junkrat and Jimmy. Yeah, decent damage numbers, honestly. But only 4 heroes in this game have fallen. It's pretty impressive. But it's just insane. Honestly, you drop that fight and play it out with people that are just not as good. Like, you take a couple of people even just out of Grandmaster, and you will very quickly see that everybody just falls. That would at least have yielded like 5 kills or something. But over here, only 1 towards the end as he was trying to save the rest of the team goes down. Diablo with again another setup attempt here and the small trap, but there's 4 heroes rotating into the bush and he's quickly outnumbered. So it's not a play that he can continue to make. With that, slight lead now in experience, as you can see, 15.5 nearly for Team Nick. It's a spicy series. I mean, honestly, all the teams that are still in this tournament, it's incredibly powerful here. We have Team Makke, Team Nick, Team Hasops, Team Lauber. Those 4 will decide which team is going to move to the grand final soon, TM, and who's going to make the plays, but it is going to be absolutely nuts. 2-2 kills, 16 on the horizon for Team Nick. It's going to be so good. Oh, yeah, the next shrine. If they get the talent lead as they're heading into it, that would be great. But Diablo, of course, will have the one-shot potential with the level 16 talent. And as predicted previously, he has also the Void Slash for Zeratul to get the synergy with his level 1. He has the domination. So Diablo, when we talk about shrine fights, can now get the double stun in and to the walls. That's going to be super powerful for him. It's a rough one. This is a mad talent spike and power spike for them in general. Zeratul, Diablo, just to name 2 of them. Those 2 are totally going to crush it on this. 16 on the other side needs to come through pretty quickly too, but the shrine hasn't been announced yet, so there shouldn't really be a problem with the time frame. Masquerade is moving in up towards the top. Ultralisk jumps out. Shrine is activating in the middle as we speak, but they're attempting to steal the camp away. And Zeratul and Junkrat aren't here yet. Blue team comes in, takes it. The fight might still break out here though. Blaze was sitting at the side the entire time, thinking about moving in with the jet propulsion, but decides against it. 16 is in. Oh, Junkrat actually gets one shot down here by Dino. Damn. Dino coming in with the big boy plays, and they might even be able... Nah, they can't kill Stalk here. But yeah, that's Zeratul potential. We're looking for the fight in the middle, and instead Zeratul waits for the rotation patiently. Could have maybe seen him on the minimap. And Junkrat moving into him and gets obliterated. So Dino with a really good job. Stalk wants to lock him out, but yeah, he even has his ult available. Tries instead to go for the counter damage. Diablo comes in. There's Lucio. They're actually trying to make the play. Urel is already on the shrine. 22 stacks for her. The fight down here, 3v3. Dino not panicking as they're attempting to gank him. And by the way, we've seen at the top left now, Reyna also take the camp. So they have split themselves pretty thin on the map, attacking 3 spots at once. The camp taking the 3v3 fight at the bottom and going for the objective. Team Nick with really good communication and control here, making the macro play in this instance. They still have a level lead over their opponent. They have the camp pushing the top side. They have the Punisher in the middle. There's a really strong attack from them, as they are going straight in for it. Taking the wall down, trying to obliterate that. Off we go. Take that down, and well, the fort should fall for sure. Bottom fort is also taking damage as the entire set was pushed through, so that's another big one. Over here, can they get a kill though? It's actually kind of crazy how many of these games were incredibly low in deaths or kills. So it's a little bit reminiscent sometimes of HGC, where we had just these super close play games where everybody know exactly how deep he could go before he would be eliminated. So they make it happen again. The rotation now to the bottom of the map to take more camps. 2 forts have been eliminated. But that's true for both sides. I mean, there's a level lead, of course, for Team Nick, so they have the advantage. They took the 1 extra kill. They had some objectives going for them. But the same is true for Team Makke just earlier. The camp, on the other hand, is maybe going to be taken, and they might get the call. They can't get the kill. Sanctification is in. Anduin pulled him through. Anduin. Oh, the kill. Zeratul. Dino again. Jumping in for the kills, trying to go for ultra. His stock is also low. The Riptire. Kelvin survives though, but he has the kill against Tyrael. So that's 2 for Team Nick, and it brings them closer to level 20. Great setup for them. They steal the opponent's camp away. They move into the fight, take 2 down. 3 versus 5 on the map now, and the only question that remains is how much can Team Nick capitalize on the situation at this point. They're going to try and get some more value through the camp at the bottom of the map. That's going to be the first step for them, already attempting to take one of the towers down. Lucio has tapped at the fountain, and we are definitely off to some shenanigans over here, since the level 20 talents are now in play, and that allows immediately for the weak spot acquired, for the Twilight Falls. This is a huge power spike, and it's going to be here for quite a long time, since Team Makke is more than a level behind. That's why Blaze is at the top of the map right now. He's actually trying to get the experience to bring them a little bit closer to the talents, but it will be tricky. Zeratul again, jumping in, poking, bam, back out, making play after play here. 34,000 for him, top damage in the team, 41,000 for Junkrat. But having the top damage in the game doesn't mean jack shit if you can't get the kills behind it. They're starting to poke against the objective, against the keep. But the bigger problem is that the objective also spawns bot side. So if this one gets claimed by Team Nick, it pretty much translates in an immediate kill on the keep. And maybe more. I mean, if they get kills behind it, and with Zeratul, you're always in a position where you have the chance to pick them up. And they could get even more out of it. Masquerade is sitting at the top, waiting for someone to move through so he can go for the one-shot setup again. Or at least dish some damage out. But he showed. Max Passion saw him and was like, yeah, fuck that, I'm gonna take the other way. Masquerade peeking out of the dust here. And immediately Blazes is like, nope, I'm good, thank you very much. Not something that I need. Okay. Shrine gets activated at the bottom. They steal the camp topside away, which they actually should, because it's going to be a 20 versus 20 fight no matter what. Dino still with a bit of damage. Fortified bunker is now in. In addition to that, on Anduin, we currently get the Varian's Legacy. In addition to that, of course, the Holy Arena right here, plus the extra oomph. Yeah, let's oomph that up a little bit, as they already have a bit of a lead. Top side gets attacked through the camps, but the fort is still in place. That's not going to damage the keep or anything, but it is gonna stall that out a bit. The big fight is happening down here, and that's really the most important one for the reasons mentioned earlier. If the blue team takes it, they're gonna get a keep at the least. Dibbles though in trouble. Diablo, the shield, the sound barrier. Lucio with a place here. The Sanctification comes out on the other side as we're seeing Team Makke trying to counteract all of this. 24 stacks against 15 now against them, but Diablo goes down. He had the soul, so will be back in just a little bit of a jiffy. But now Nick is also attacked. He still has his ult up, so this shouldn't be a problem for him. The Riptire comes in. There's the Apocalypse as Diablo is trying to help out from spawn. Oh, they go for Urel again. The ult is out already, and that's the second kill. The Space Goat is eliminated. Only 4 stacks are missing, though. Dino's trying to move in to get them. 39, and he has it. They get the kill against Junkrat and against Maiev. Zeratul dies, but he died for a good cause. Anduin is dead, too. Tyrael is eliminated. The dam has definitely broken. We see carnage, slaughter. It's a slaughterhouse now. Everybody dead and dying. They're trying to make the play for Max Passion. The body blocks are in as Yasuo is moving through, booping him back once more, straight into the range of Kelvin. And that's a 5-man team wipe, ladies and gentlemen. Big hits coming in. And that's not only keep, that is core, that is game. That's a big boy victory as we have Team Nick taking the lead against Team Makke here on Infernal Shrines. What a first series here. Insane fights at the beginning, super close, super clutch, and then towards the end, Team Nick just popping off in the final fight and taking the victory here in the best of 5 series at Meta Madness. GG and well played. Game number 2. Let's make it happen. Team Nick, they actually went for the map choice over here again. And they just love themselves some Tomb of the Spider Queen, don't they? The first pick was taken by Team Makke as the losing team. They were able to make the decision here. So now we are heading into Tomb of the Spider Queen as our second map. Team Nick probably highly confident. I would bet tons of money that Kerrigan gets banned. And yeah, of course, that's the case. What else? But yeah, it's actually kind of cool. So we have definitely teams with some personal preferences right now when it comes to the map pools. And that has been reflected in the bans as well. Some of the teams are actually starting to ban out very specific maps against others. There's a Zarya ban, Kerrigan ban, Rexa ban immediately. Now this is game number 2, which means that 20 heroes are already banned. They're not available any longer. And that is going to make it highly interesting. So there's the 10 globally banned heroes that we went over in game number 1, and of course also the heroes, all the heroes that were played in the first game. This time Tazada gets picked. Last time he was actually banned on the first map, but he is still available for map number 2 therefore. So Tazada's the damage dealers now coming in. I still have to wrap my head around this all the time because I see Tazada and immediately my head is just like, oh, double support. Is it going to be a Vala? Is it going to be a Jimmy? Are they going to go into something else? And it's like, oh, wait a second. Rework. It's just so weird to see him now in a position where he's the damage dealer, right? It felt like for 5 years the boy just suffered and was complaining. We had the memes in HGC where, for example, Nurok was reduced to a shield bot and he was the one always playing Tazada for Team Liquid. And it's like, well, I gotta do it. So he spammed out the shields, but he hated every minute of it, more or less. And now Tazada is an actual damage dealer. Deckard Kane gets picked too, and Masquerade gets his Garrosh. And the old man is in again. He's actually played quite a bit right now. Told him that he needs to socially isolate a little bit, but for some reason he's just partying it up the entire time. Meeting in groups of up to 10 people here on every single map. It's not good for his health. Died a few times already. Malfurion has been taken. Talking about people that are dying a lot, Leoric is also in. Gets played by Max Passion here. Trade value about to be activated. Makke gets his Tracer denied against him. Still one of those things where I'm looking at the Tracer and I'm saying like, hey, yeah, new Tracer is about as good as the old Tracer. Why did we actually need a rework on here? She was totally fine. I can name quite a few heroes that are definitely not fine right now. And with Blizzard having these limited resources these days, it's a little bit surprising to me that they waste their limited time and resources on heroes that are totally fine with the way that they're standing in the meta and rework them, but others that are just absolute horse shit get not adjusted at all. So it's a little bit strange, but again, Daddy Blizzard knows best. That's something that we learn every single BlizzCon. We thought we wanted some things, but Blizzard knows best. Oh yeah. Okay, Thrall comes in, all memes aside, all jokes. We have Dino and Phoenix, and that brings us back to the auto attackers that are oftentimes focused here. I highlighted it a bit in game number 1 that as we are approaching late game scenarios in a match, you will have some problems sometimes to get yourself a reliable auto attack damage dealer in. And yeah, Phoenix is one of them. So he gets picked in this case and won't be available from here on out. Vala, same of course. So Vala is in, and Nuburak as well. That's a solid setup here. You have Tazada, Vala, and at the front, Nuburak plus Leoric. So pretty decent setup for them. Can force a lot of fights around this, with the Cocoon in particular. That brings us to our last pick. And let's see, what's it gonna be for Team Nick? Last hero here. They still need, I mean, third melee. No, actually Jaina. Going for the burst damage here. That works too. There's a lot of damage actually that they're running right now. Tomb of the Spider Queen. It was their choice. Let's see if they can actually lock in a second victory or if Team Makke fights back here. And, well, best of 5 series continues. Meta Madness, ladies and gentlemen. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Game on! Team Nick against Team Makke, ladies. Let's make it happen. Game number 2 starts off with a quick pause on the side of Makke. We're kind of used to that already, but it gives us time to go over the lineups. So on the left side, we have Team Nick with Nick himself on Jaina for all that burst damage from our Frost Lady over here. Yeah, in times of Corona, Nick maybe watched a little bit too much Frozen, and now he thinks that Jaina is the hero to play. I don't know. But Yasuo and Deckard Kane, He's going to play the old man. We have Masquerade on Garrosh for the tanks. Kelvin is playing Thrall. And we have Dino on Phoenix. And Phoenix in particular is going to be interesting here. Was actually played by Dino multiple times now on this map in particular. And has oftentimes led through Phoenix moving down to the bottom of the map and even soloing it up a bit. Allowing Thrall to join the rotation. Between the mid and the top lane through the 4-man, so that's something that they might be able to pull off here as well. Again, the Trolling Thunder, we've seen this pretty much exclusively as a talent picked throughout the entire tournament right now. So whereas previously we had just the continuous picks into Echo of Elements and then the occasional Crash Lightning depending on map and setup, now we are seeing more and more and more Rolling Thunder coming through with the occasional drop into Echo of Elements, whereas Crash Lightning has pretty much disappeared. There's still a few arguments to be made that if you're part of the 4-man, you can play Crash Lightning on, let's say, Battlefield of Eternity, but this is the standard actually these days. For the red team, we have Max Passion on Leoric, Koro on Malfurion. We see a Nubarak played by Stalk in this game. Makke is playing his Vala, so he's ready to carry over here. And Ultralisk with a traditional level 1 pick now on Tassadar, the static charge, as he's trying to get his extra damage through. And the Q pretty much insane on that hero now. We've seen what he can actually do in choke points. It's a pretty brutal setup. And this is something that is likely going to happen here when fights over those tournament points are starting to come out. Yeah, with the levels that we have Ocean's Renewal on level 1. And it's time to shine. And also, over here, the Arsenal Synergy is getting popped in by Phoenix as they're trying to set him up for the kills then later. We expect Thrall for now to go down to the bottom of the map, but as I said, Phoenix can always take over a bit if they want him there. And he's actually the one to make that rotation already. So Thrall, as I said at the beginning, is now open to... Ooh, spider over here. Is now open to join the 5-man, the 4-man, which means that they have an additional lockdown that they can use. The problem is that they are the ones getting locked down the most now. Masquerade got attacked very quickly. But they didn't get the kill here. So Phoenix, again, he has a lot of the tools that you want in a solo laner. He has the mobility and he has the gap closer, has an escape tool through the warp. He has the shield mechanic, which pretty much allows him the self-sustain that you want. And of course also wave clear that he can bring to the table. Making him a ranged hero allows him to dominate this against Leo as well if he plays his cards right. And you can see that Max Passion is starting to struggle and has to go for the early tap. So Leo will definitely call for some rotations and has to, because he himself won't be able to deal with this properly. It's annoying at the start, but we'll see about the more late game oriented stuff here first of all. Makke's team, pretty insane by the way. I mean, we got Stalk over here, he played some fantastic games, and with this, we now have also Max Passion, with later on Entomb in a position where you can always try and force a fight. Have to of course think about who. If there's for example Garrosh around, then there's always a chance that he's going to throw the target out. Jaina has to try... Ooh, talking about Jaina, she has to work on her ice block a little bit. Yeah, if she gets... don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that she should have it by now. But yeah, if she gets the ice block through very quickly in this game, if he's able to just get some additional damage in, then that is so much safety on the hero, and it will really, really help against chill targets. Talking about targets, a little bit of target practice here as Tassadar goes down, and that's the first blood in the game. Team Nick opening this up with a bang. Getting the first one, getting a little momentum throughout all of that. Little 4 talents on both sides ready. The multi-shot build, of course, continues. And down here, Dino still making it happen against Max Passion. As I said previously, Leo alone is not going to have a good time here. He's not going to have a chance against this. Top side now, Kelvin. Still trying to make those plays. Makke is not falling for any traps. He's actually double-checking all of the bushes. And he gets sandwiched here. Or does he? No, he's able to vault out. If there was a quick wolf connect from Kelvin, then he might have a chance to lock him out. But didn't quite happen. So at the bottom of the map, they get the Siege Giants. There was a big rotation from the red team for the blue team. Red team rotated a few heroes down too, but the commitment was made by Team Nick as they said, okay, Siege Giants are ours. Let's go. Siege Giants are ours. A distant branch of company from Toys R Us. Do we have any toy skins in the game? I don't think we do. At least not in this one. But yeah. 1 kill against 0, and it's all about the turn-ins right now. The camps have already been taken and defeated, so nobody was able to get a turn-in done. But we are in a situation where the teams have enough gems, both of them actually at this point. got enough to get the turn in. Ultralisk. Okay, gets just hit with a tip over here. Stock on the other end, he needs to burrow charge out, and did, but it was a good damage setup against him, and it showcases how they're gonna try and make those plays later. Isolate a target and then get the Blizzard Connect in. Try and drop all the damage as quickly as you can, and you are gonna be in a prime position to make that work. Turn-ins have happened on both sides, 38 against 19. Okay, and it comes to the first Web Weaver setup. Who's gonna be the team that delivers the first 50 gems and gets the Web Weavers on the map? Stalk delivers another 9, gets not interrupted. Okay, a little surprising. I mean, it was right there. Dino looks for another kill opportunity with the team. They already got Max Passion quite low. Austin's Renewal was up. Good save. Nick is thrown out of the fight. 29 gems in their hands. Gem count is very, very similar, actually. It's just the ability to turn in that is the problem. And of course, once that we have the actual fight starting up and a few heroes falling, then the question is, can you recover those gems? Did they have any gems in the first place? But yeah, Leo is still suffering. Max Passion is not gonna have fun at that bot lane. If you go up against the Phoenix in the solo lane, you already sit there and it's like, why me? It's really the later stages where that falls off a bit. But to be fair, there is still Thrall, so it's not like they don't have a second melee. It's just that they decided to not play him at the bottom of the map and have Phoenix run that. Max Passion barely makes it out. Dino's taking a bit of a beating over here, but he's not falling. And the blue Web Weavers are the first one to descend as they delivered the final turn-ins here. So far, so good. Push through the middle, Tassadar top side. The Ancestral Wrath is in on 7 for Thrall. Jaina is done with roughly a third of your baseline quest that she's trying to use right now. And in we go. Yeah, there comes the camp down to the bottom of the map. Max Passion. There's the rotation. He needs that. He needs help. He needs someone. He's in so much trouble if he is alone in this spot. But yeah, the problem is that of course allows the mid lane to push through. And it shows clearly the problem that Team Makke now has with that bot lane being a complete... It's really tilted in favor of Phoenix. So they need to make rotations which cost them a lot on the map in regards to positioning. So one wall has fallen, this one is taking a bit of damage, even damage on the 4. The second wall has fallen here too. Up at the top, only a bit of damage done. But for a first wave, this is actually really good. Rarely do we see a setup like the one in the previous match where you can get with the first Web Weaver wave an entire fort. Oh! Deckard Cain and Jaina trying to go for the silence setup and then follow up with the ring. Even an earthquake in order to slow them down further. That's a sick combo setup if they are playing it properly. That is actually really, really cool. Okay, so there's a lot that you can get out of this. I mean, you can even stack, of course, the Phoenix ult on top of it. There's a lot of AoE damage that it can bring to the table, and AoE control for it too. Red Web Weavers are coming down, and Tomb is now in. We also got the silence from Malfurion. That's gonna be... That's a fort. Can they save that? Ooh, barely. Yeah, that is up for the pickings. Whenever. Nick is on half HP. Does he have the fountain? Yeah, he has his cooldown. If he doesn't have that, then he's in trouble there. But yeah, has the cooldown, so they're good to go still. Bottom of the map. Chase against Ultralisk. Working with the wall. I don't think that he can make it, but he gets some assistance, and that changes things. Dino is down. Twilight Dream eliminates him, and the gems are lost. Stay a while and listen. But there's no follow-up. That's the problem. If you want to go for the stay a while and listen and then the follow-up with the Ring of Frost, and of course you have to have the entire team together. But they're far from that being the case, and Team Makke is building up some solid momentum here. Trying to go for Masquerade, but then Nubarak, just as I praise them, goes down. Stalk gets eliminated. Now the fort still falls, so I count that as a win for them. But 2 kills against 1. Gemcon is going to be interesting after this one as well. But very nicely done. Taking Nubarak and taking him apart, that was important. Now, with that now, 64 gems in their hands. Both teams have another turn-in available. A few more gems even for the blue team after they got that kill against Nubarak. I love how he actually gets those every single time. Deckard Cain comes in with the seal and connects them very, very quickly. They rotate down to get the free turn in, especially Nyx wants to get rid of this. 35 gems for him, Stalk! Just a moment too late. Nyx sighing breath of relief here. Just sitting there and saying like, oh my god, thank god I don't have that anymore. If he falls now, then it's at least fine. It's not going to be the end of the world for them, so that was a really good secure one. There's the turn in. Dino delivers another 4. That's the Web Weaver wave. And the blue Web Weavers are descending once again. Even a talent lead for them now. They got the talent lead, and by the way, they got pretty much all of their heroic abilities up. They're only missing Thrall, but that's fine. You, of course, could always stack that on top of it as well, but this is at least something where they can set the Wombo up with Deckard Cain, if he makes the play. And let's have it. Over here, in comes the first Web Weaver. They are trying to maybe go even for Stalk. Stalk moves out. Can they lock him down? The flip forward. The slow has to go for the cocoon. The bug is able to get away. Yeah, close. Good call. That could have been a problem. But they work it in. Okay, Dino's there. He gets the damage in. But they only get the fort at the bottom. They need to get, I mean, honestly, they need to get a little bit more than only that. That fort at the bot lane was so low that that was a given that they take this. If this is the only thing that they get out of the second objective, then that is pretty easily classified as a fail. I mean, it looks good for a moment, but... No. No. That needed to be a bit more. So, highly unfortunate for them now. Yeah, they were hoping for more here, and they should have gotten more. You want to at least damage the fort in the middle a little bit more than they did, so that was a very good defense from Team Makke. But it was also just empowered by them not really capitalizing on the situation they had going here. So that's kind of unfortunate for them. Alright. So, with that said, there's the attack, there's the Twilight, and they're going for the kill, and they get Garrosh. Garrosh is down, the follow-up attempt, the cocoon on the entombed Jaina. So that didn't quite work out. They're trying to get a little bit more done over here. Follow-up kills are, of course, always possible. Maybe even a turnaround, but the blue team is falling off, at least for now. They still have the Siege Giants pushing through the bottom of the map. 2 kills against 2. It's a little bit timid here. It's all about the gems right now. The Web Weavers are coming in again. Team Nick against Team Makke. And the lead of Team Nick on game number 1 was actually pretty solid after the mid game. Once that we saw the small gap appear between the teams, Team Nick opened the door very wide and got the victory without any problems. But right now, they are starting to lose some ground. The problem is not only that there's a push coming, the problem is that there's a level 16 talent that is going to hit together with it. So unless they can set something up before that talent is in and defend slightly, they are very likely going to run into trouble here. It's not a massive gap, but here's the attack, the flip, the taunt. Dino gets out, and they're saving their asses for now. Epicenter is in, the Manticore has been taken. They're soon to get their 16 as well. The rotation from the top is coming as the first Web Weaver has been eliminated. Good defense so far. Bot lane is not going to be a problem because the fort is down anyways, and it's going to take the Web Weaver a long time to come in. Old man with the attempt at the stay a while and listen, but gets interrupted. Okay, short cooldown though, so still a play possible. But the Web Weaver's down. Solid defense. Better than I expected, gotta say. Numbing Blast on level 1 now. As the lockdown. Stay a while and get wrecked. Bam! There's the ring of fail as Nick doesn't connect it with anything. Oh my god, Makke moved away. I was actually expecting him to drop the ring right, like as the first thing, and he didn't. He actually waited it out a little bit. It's a zoning ring, ladies and gentlemen. But they get the kill anyway, so they got a Nubarak. They didn't get Makke, but hey, a kill is a kill, right? He needs to go down and take all of this though, but it seems like the rest of the team is currently thinking about grabbing boss, and that's why they're moving topside. So, off we go. 3 against 2, 16 versus 16. Nobody wants to contest that, not without a Nubarak it seems. Turn in, they don't have enough gems. Actually, the blue team has enough gems. The red team can't make that play where they just trade a boss defense for a turn in. Talking about boss, that boss is soon going to be attacked. Jaina is on the way. The problem is that the Nubarak is also on the way, but they still take it. Got a little bit clutch and worrisome for just a moment over here, but they are able to make it work. Okay. And now, of course, the setup right here with a turn-in approach and Max Passion. Is he really going to try and go in to interrupt that? I guess he might give it a shot, but no. That's a Web Weaver wave. That's a Web Weaver wave. Boss at the top is nearly defended. They're poking around it a little bit. The problem is that these lanes are actually really, really deep in on the blue team side, so they need to get some value out of the top lane. Oh, talking value! Oh, even the follow-up with the salvo from Phoenix. The triple kill. Holy hell. What a setup. Beautiful. What a sexy play right there. They lock them into the ground. Jaina follows up with the ring, and then shortly after we see the salvo connecting. They're saving everybody. They get 3 kills. My god. Nick and his boys. They are just popping off all of a sudden. I don't want to say out of nowhere, but given the previous attempts at a setup like this, that was more than a bit surprising. Incredible. The push through the middle as a forward falls. The keep is eliminated. And that was just sexy as hell right here. That's a 4-kill lead that translates into a 1-level advantage. They're breaking through the wall in the middle of the map. I don't think they can get the second key, but just simply breaking the wall down is already going to help them here. That was massive. That was absolutely massive. What a setup. Damn. Yeah, now that we have the immediate moves through the bottom of the map, it seems like the wall over here is also going to take some damage. So, that was a big hit. That was a really big hit against Team Makke. They just got crushed. And now, half a level away from 20. Things are tricky. Really tricky. Okay, let's see. For now we get also all up, but the level 20 talent is something that I would really be concerned about. They got Kane is coming in again with the triangle. Trying to make a play here. They can simply get their own camp, and that more or less is going to bring them to 20 already. But that is a really solid setup now. This is going to be sexy. We have 28,000 damage now, 43,000 for Phoenix, and the 20 is in. That's entire level that they have. Gems, again, not really too much. It's always a question of what can you do with the Storm Talent, right? Can you actually push for something? I feel the only thing that they can realistically do is try to use the camp that they have in the middle to push towards the mid keep. That's probably the best shot that they have at getting value out of it. Since there isn't really anything up, they don't have enough gems to go for a turn-in. They don't have a boss that they can capture. So pushing with the help of the spell aura over here or the spell shield aura is the only thing they can really do. So yeah, that's pretty much a keep if they play their cards right. It's half a level until Team Makke has their own Storm Talent, so there's actually plenty of time to execute that push, or at least attempt to make it work. But the fountain is down. I don't think they can get the keep though. They might get some damage in, but getting the entire thing is going to be really difficult. Especially, of course, with the new mechanics here on keeps and forts and towers. They get some serious damage onto it though. It's 50%, so it's not too bad. And what else are we gonna get? A little more damage even as Nick comes in with another quick blizzard. 20 talents could of course be the game changer from Team Makke's perspective. They have Buried Alive, they're gonna see the Farfly Quiver for Vala, so those are 2 fantastic talents to have already. Lockdown at the bottom. Farfly Quiver is in, Buried Alive any second, Astral Communion is already taken, the Rewind for a Nubarak. So things are quite strong now. That's definitely, those are game changers, let's be honest about it. Those are absolute game changer talents if you execute it properly. So they have the potential to go for a bit of a wipe here. And yep. Still a bit passive. I mean, they have to guard the fort in the middle. They have the gems. They have plenty actually. Okay. Dainu, yeah, the Masquerade, they're all in. They're all making the plays right now. Yep, get the turn in. There's 16 missing. Again, 16 are still missing. And as I say, I look at it, I'm just like, 16? Wait a second. Is this Quacknix casting? No, this is actually Khaldor, so it's 26. We still need 26 over here. cast him after this difficult. Oh, that ring was not really needed, but let's face it, there's no kill like overkill, ladies and gentlemen. And there's the second one as Thrall follows it up. The trolling thunder value with the extra bounce. Bam! There's the kill against Jaina, at least, the counter kill. Old man comes in again with his own ult. Thrall follows it up with the Earthquake as they're trying to make the play for the Birdman. But he escapes. What looked for just a second as if they could... I mean, I really thought after they got the 2 kills, this is keep. I thought, okay, this is keep in the middle. But now, they might even get another kill against the blue team. Masquerade nearly fell. Barely made it out, but it's a 4 versus 3 situation. Which should allow for either a boss to be taken. Yeah, I guess so. They're going to go for boss here. It's 18 seconds until Anubarak is back on the map, and then there's of course travel time to consider too, so that boss is going to be difficult to deal with. It's in a 19 minutes, 20-minute boss that we are talking about right now. So it's going to be quite tricky to stop that onslaught. Unless they turn in, of course. If they turn in and make that old play, trade the turn in for the boss defense, there might be a chance, but it doesn't really seem likely anymore. 8 kills against 3. How does the blue team react though? They have the 5 men on the map, but it seems like they're falling back, trying to look for the flank. Yeah, Dino's already there. Okay, moves away from Anubarak. Nice dodge, well done. The rest of the team is following it up though. Jane hasn't here yet, but she's on the way, and they want to go for game with this one. They definitely want to go for game here. Yeah, there's the flip. Leo with a buried alive. Anubarak with a follow-up. Stay a while and get wrecked. Down they go. That's a kill against Malfurion at the least. And Tacita also falls. So is Anubarak. It's just such a nice combo to have if you're going into the stay a while, listen, and then you follow it up with the rest of the kills. That's a 5-man team wipe as they go for the core. Team Nick making it happen again. They take the big lead in the best of 5. The 2-0 advantage as they drop Team Makke on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Another W for the blue team. Towers of Doom, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna go for the big boom again. Team Nick against Team Makke. And I gotta say, mid-game, especially towards the late mid-game, Team Nick just popping off multiple times now. Towers of Doom is the map. This is map number 3, which means that 30 heroes are banned already. 30 heroes banned. So it will start to get a bit spicy here. But the Medivh ban still coming through. Ultra Lisk on Medivh, and they just say nope. I'm currently asking myself if we're going to see Tracer here, because Tracer was banned on the last map. This is another map where you could actually play the Tracer setup for Makke. And they are apparently debating if they're going to ban Kerrigan again, but I would... Ooh, Sylvanas first. Okay, is there a chance that Kerrigan makes it into the draft? Is that actually happening? Is that a thing? Rexa, okay. Yeah, here's the question. Kerrigan or no Kerrigan? They're actually hesitating. So far, most of the teams had the same ban pattern against Nick time and time again. It was just like, get rid of that Kerrigan. Where did he play the last time? Was that the in-house league at some point? Not quite sure, but it seems like they're deviating away from it. Ha ha ha! Chromie! Kerrigan is open! The insta-pick! Nick is like, fuck it, boys. Doesn't matter. Even if we lose this one, I'm gonna play my girl. Kerrigan as a first pick. Yeah, they were a little bit worried that maybe Team Makke is gonna pick her up for themselves, and Nick was just saying, alright, boys, ready to go. Let's stretch a little bit and let's get this going. Ooh, the boys ready. Nick wants to carry on Kerrigan again. Dehaka, Melganis, the frontline setup is already in. This is going to be good. Yeah, try to build the entire composition to go on Kerrigan here. But now, of course, what's Dino going to play? What's Makke going to play? Those are the two big ones. But yeah, this is getting hyped quickly. Okay, bring it. With 30 heroes banned out, we have Kelvin on Malthael, we get Stukov locked in by Yasuo. This is a really good setup. If you get a good Kerrigan combo off into a Stukov silence into the lurking arm, maybe even with a virulent reaction. That's not only additional lockdown, that's you just, I mean, dead in the water, honestly. At that point, if you have someone with burst damage behind you, it's just shooting fish in a barrel, right? So this is gonna be pretty harsh. Can Team Makke really beat out the Carrigan composition of Nick? That's the big question. Now the Bad Imperius, again, frontline is gonna be the most targeted one. Now that we're in the third game, there are still plenty of tanks available. Enough for that, but of course you want to avoid that there's another stun setup following it up. Now, there are stun heroes you could get, I mean, even Muradin if you really wanted to go for it, so that's one. Okay. Let's see. Off goes the Genji. Makke's Genji gets actually eliminated. Okay. That's kind of interesting too. I mean, I was more so worried about his Tracer, to be honest. Maybe not necessarily with the setup here anymore, but yeah, the Genji might have been a better pick for them. So, any kind of sleep setup in particular with Mal'Ganis, that is something that we've seen in the series that I casted with Quackness, with Tacita, but Tacita is out. He was already played previously. Okay, ooh, double global. Okay, double global, and then Koro and Uther? Trying to save the targets here. Okay. There's a lot that could actually be played with this. I'm intrigued. A double global setup, that could be quite spicy. I mean, you have also the control with Falstad, where you can simply use your Mighty Gust to create some space whenever one of the heroes makes an approach, so you isolate. But that could also be a play where they just play around the opponent. There's the Muradin, I just talked about it. Pedo Muradin. The skin is in. We have Lunara together with it. Stormbolt, Carrigan combo, Stukov, Lurking Arm. That's a lot. And good damage output too. And Uther's gonna suffer a little bit against Carrigan. Yeah, well, against Carrigan too, but I was actually trying to highlight the Lunara setup over here. It's a lot of damage over time to heal out through Uther. It's not easy. And Kel'Thas! It's actually a really cool draft for the third map. I like it. It's already a bit out of the box, right? But it's still like just in the realm. I like this. This is actually kind of fun. This is pretty cool. Towers of Doom, game number 3. Can Team Nick clutch out the 3-0 against Team Makke? Or will Makke's team fight back here? Let's jump straight into the third map and find out together. Game number 3. The double global setup against Team Nick, who runs the Carrigan. Nick himself on Carrigan, Dino on Lunara. We get Kelvin on Malthael, Masquerade on Muradin, and Yasu on Stukov. On the right side of the map, Makke on Kel'Thas. We have Ultralisk on Falstad, Koro on Uther, Stalk on Mal'Ganis, and Max Passion on Dehaka. Yeah, I'm a little bit curious to see if this is going to work out for Team Makke, because they ran a huge risk here giving Carrigan over to Nick. And I think the setup that we see for Nick is actually spicy, really spicy. Not as spicy as Mr. Salami Man over here. Ashalanore, salami mit Käse. So, Makke over here, trying to bring the... I mean, the Gravity Labs is actually a really good setup, so they got a lot of CC. So let's be honest real quickly of what we have here. We have isolation tools with Falstad and the Mighty Gust. We got double global with Dehaka and Falstad, so they can go for good rotations and a lot of macro play. And in addition to that, we have the setup through Mal'Ganis, CC with Uther, with Kel'Thas. There are a lot of arguments for that combo where you can say, okay, we see where they're going with this. Can they make it work? That's a different question. There's also strong heroes on the other side, so it's not like it's going to be easy. A 2 versus 2 setup topside has already caused a bit of a brawl between the two teams here. And we're gonna check out what else what we're gonna see. Masquerade. Yeah, gets a little bit of damage pushed into him, but the memes are already in over here. I mean, nothing really beats the dance parade that we saw earlier today. That was just absolutely beautiful. Lauber's team with the full-on 5-man B-step, which was just incredible, to be honest. I mean, it was beautiful and hella sexy. But, yeah. The Towers of Doom game there was just too good. But okay, now the camps are taken on both sides. Nobody's going for the invade. Masquerade is saying hello. I should have probably hit the Stormbolt over here. Hits the Spray on the other hand, and you have to set priorities. So Spray or Stormbolt can only hit one button at a time. There's no multitasking over here. Look at that little fucker. Already coming in again with the big B-step here. Definitely going for the taunts. But yeah, B-stepping highly encouraged, of course. I want to at least get this out of the way also for potential viewers on YouTube, just to make sure that this is something that people are aware of. B-stepping is not unsportsmanlike. B-stepping is not disrespectful. Players are memeing always like crazy, and the one time that we actually had players set up their own tournament, the first thing that they did is they copied the leaks from a league and removed all the rules that were in there that prohibited B-stepping, spraying, and all these things. So again, don't be insulted on someone else's behalf. None of these players by in any means are feeling disrespected or insulted if someone B-steps them. It's actually just everybody memeing. These guys know each other quite well. So yeah, it's all good fun, and people that think that B-stepping is actually disrespectful on the high level, they have no idea what they're talking about. So yeah. But we had some insane stuff earlier. Again, as I said, the 5-man B-step setup was just spicy. Yeah, by the way, if you want to look for some of these clips and more that comes through the live streams, they're usually not necessarily included in some of the videos here. If you watch this on YouTube, you can check out the Discord link in the video description and have a look at our Discord channel where we also collect a lot of those. But in we go. The first altars are already being taken. Kelvin is trying to go up to the top left and protect that for a little bit longer. It's actually an interesting setup today. We have a 2-2 top side and a 3 versus 3 at the bottom. The exchange is there. The bird is down. The chicken has been delivered, ladies and gentlemen. And they get another one. Team Nick with the early lead on the core points. And they also got the early kill. So far, so good. Nicely done. Okay. So, at this point, we have... I mean, it's still a pretty even game, but the level 7 talents are, of course, now in. So, there's that. We get the stacks together, slowly but steadily with Falstad, who is going to try and make the rotation between the lanes to get those stacks even a bit quicker. We saw one already against Makke the last time. Okay, here we go. Stock is moving in. Oh, okay, they try to go for the tank, they got the support instead, but it turns against Masquerade, and Peter Muradin is already running around and moving back quickly here. Wanna have some candy? Thankfully there's no Lilia nor Fia over here, or this would get a little bit awkward. But now that we have our first kill in the game, it didn't escalate or anything, but there is at least a bit of momentum over here. Okay, so we got bot side, the camps taken again, the left side, right side, the camps always off cooldown, get claimed right away, get the pumpkins onto the lane, try and establish bot lane control. Reconvert that bell tower if you can, try and set up the dominant bottom side of the map. But it's already starting to become a little bit difficult with all of the CC that we have over here. So first of all, we have the Splintered Spear now in as well. There's a lot of slows through Lunara alone, and then you have also... good old Stukov has a long pitch at this point, and he is starting to become a nuisance here for them too, so that's another problem. Jump is in, locked down, and the Stormbolt set up. Yeah, there's too much CC here. He can't get out of this one. And it's a beautiful CC combo that we have. I talked about the crowd control that exists for Team Makke at the beginning of the game. They definitely have a lot of it too, with Gravity Labs, Uther Stun, Benediction on 16, the Drag on the Haka. But they might have to resort to some more macro game soon, TM, because they are starting to run into trouble here, trying to control the flow of the game. They have the double global top side now, but they're falling farther and farther behind on core points. It's not really too tricky, yeah? It's 36 against 28. But as you can tell, there's the attack. Ultralis, Kerrigan jumps further in. They get the drag against Kelvin though. That was a nice one, but the bird is down immediately, and it's still a 2 versus 1. Koro is trying to help out here too. The last rights gets dodged out by Max Passion. Nick gets another kill. Oh my god. Yeah, at this point Team Makke is just looking at this and they're like, oh shit, there's a reason that teams ban out Kerrigan against Nick. I forgot about that. Nick just comes in and absolutely obliterates them. I mean, he crushed them. He got 3 kills. If you ever wondered why Kerrigan gets banned out against Nick, there's your answer right there. What a play again from him. Obviously assisted a little bit through all that chaos that ensued over here, but holy hell. Nick just absolutely crushing in Masquerade. The big boy taunts right here. 5 kills against 1, they have a level lead now, and they're still trying to open up the bottom a bit more. They already dropped the wall and took some of the hit points off the fort, of the bell tower. But now, of course, the question, can they convert the map over? That's the big one. Yeah, Nick at this point, he did his workout today. And I think he just bought a bigger backpack because he is carrying hard. Carrying the team on the shoulders here. Thornwood Vines, by the way, for the long-range poke on Carrigan. Yeah, that would be the one. Now, on Lunara, of course. Bambi has her ult now as well. Both teams, by the way, do. No surprises here. Oh, last rights! And the kill in the stack. Malthael gets another one. Oh, and Carrigan. Carrigan is just hungry. She loves chicken, apparently. Comes in and takes the bird over and over again, straight into the KFC bucket. So there's a lot of chicken on the menu here. And they get the double channel. That rarely happens topside if you have top left, top right. They get the first one locked in. 24 points against 36. Oh boy. Oh, this is rough for Team Makke. This is the lower bracket, guys. If they lose here, they're out of the tournament. That is gonna be super tricky. Yeah, the next round would be the losers bracket final. And, well, Team Azorbs is already waiting there. Boom, 2 of them down. That's a quick kill against Uther, against Mal'Ganis. They are getting absolutely dominated at this point. I mean, holy hell, ladies. What is going on here? Masquerade is still hopping away. But it's tough. It's really tough. Carrigan, top damage in the game. Whew. Yeah. Carrigan easily... Not only that, he has top siege damage too. Nick, I mean, seriously, like, calm down. At least make it seem like you have to try, okay? At least make it look like you need to put some effort into it. This kid is just popping off like crazy at this point. Nick with a 1v9 right here. Like Alex the Pro G in his heydays. Another kill! This time it's actually Makke that gets eliminated by Mirrodin, and Masquerade is just funning around right now. Ah, come on, dude! Can someone please kill that fucker? Masquerade is going full on meme star here. Insane. Absolutely insane. So, off come the kills. Masquerade is taking the damage time and time again. But it's snowballing hard. That's a 2-0. Well, it's a 2-level lead. It's like 9-kill advantage. Nearly level 16 now. And the bell tower has, of course, been converted at the bottom of the map. They have a 16-point advantage on the core. This is crushing. It's absolutely crushing. I mean, yeah, Stork also in trouble right now. And jumping in on him. It just seems they can pick the kill whenever they want. The hacker comes in with the Tong, and Stukov just sits there. Well, Tong, fuck you. Have you seen my arm, baby? There we go. Bam, stiff arm straight into the corner. No chance for him. 16 talents are in. Mirrodin with the bigger jump now. I don't even want to know what it's going to do with that. But here comes the lockdown. Carrigan, Divine Shield first of all. Carrigan comes in. Malthael 2. Carrigan with the combo. And she gets the bird again. Kalthas is down to... Triple kill, 13-1. What a slaughter. What an absolute slaughter. Team Nick is moving into this and they are dropping Yasu with the B steps. I mean, it is getting wild here. Absolutely wild. They go for the camp. They should be able to pick up another bell tower here too in just a moment. And I think we're going to get the triple altar phase next, right? No? Yes? I think so. 15. Shots are getting fired. Another push. Masquerade. Can someone please kill him finally? I mean, at some point he's going a little bit too deep. He has to fall eventually, right? The way that he is just like taunting them here the entire time, at some point there has to be a kill here. But for now, there's the attack. Uther Koro barely surviving. The draft is just so good at this point too. They're trying to make the play for Stork. Nick actually gusted. And Flame Strike, Living Bomb. Yes, no, maybe. Nick, the track. Can they kill him? Yes. Carrigan is finally down. Is that breaking the spell? Is that the moment where they finally can start a comeback? It might happen. Stormbolt connects. Max Passion. He wants another drag. He doesn't hit it this time. Ultralisk is low again. Yeah, they can't quite kill him, but boy, it got close. Ultralisk has to move back. Triple altar phase is going to come up in another 26. Topside is getting pushed by the double camp a little bit. Not going to do too much, but I don't think that they reclaim the bottom of the map. But Nick at least went down one time, right? So maybe that gives them, I mean, an in somehow? 13 to 2 kills. Top right, can they at least get one of those? They should be able to. The problem is that as soon as they lose 2 of those altars, and Yasuo's going to get a free channel at the bottom of the map, it will be single digits on the core. Falsa is getting the one at the top right. There's, let's say, level 16 talent finally available for Team Makke, so they can fight on even talents. The first 5 shots have already been fired. Stork is about to get interrupted. Kelvin is moving in. Living bomb spreading. Masquerade doesn't give a shit. He goes deep. Pops his avatar. Tries to get the Storm one connected. Stork, the drag against Stukov. Yasuo, the kill. He's down and they're looking for more. But Stork needs also to be careful. Nick is still looking for another kill. He wants to follow up. There's already the next last rights kill, but Stukov and Martha have not fallen. Karrigan is trying to clean house at this point. We have a 4 versus 3 on the map. Karrigan, can Karrigan carry again? There's the setup. Makke. Oh, he goes down. The Chrysalis. And Nick retreats for just a moment. Goes for Stork and wrecks him. It's a 5-man wipe. Nick, calm the fuck down, please. Please, what the hell? He gets another setup. He's at 44,000 damage. Oh. Holy shit. Damn. Absolutely insane what that kid is pulling off right now. I mean, what on earth is going on here? No support, no problem. 1v5, I do this every day. Just another day in the office, baby. 5 points on the court. Guys, they could have gone for boss too, by the way. Instead, they're now moving down to the bottom of the map. But, yeah. Nick is... banning Karrigan is not enough. You need to ban Nick at this point. Uh-oh, that was a good push. That was a fantastic push. That's a combo. That's another kill. Karrigan with another one. Lulnara is down. They try to go for Karrigan, and there's just no way. Not even with the isolation. 5 points on the core. The next double altar is going to spawn at the bottom and the middle. Nick, the Divine Shield is used immediately. The biggest problem for Nick is just that he's running out of mana. That's his biggest problem. I mean, seriously. It's the only problem the guy has. It's like, guys, I don't have mana left. I don't have mana left. Is there still a target here? Can I still kill something? Well, he comes in. They nearly kill Ultralisk. He barely survives. Masquerade is also alive, by the way. But Nick is just sitting there. It's like, guys, I need to go back. I need to top off. I need a fountain or something. There's this annoying thing with mana. It limits my kill streaks. I don't like it. Blizzard, fix, please. Yeah, 10 seconds on the altars. And I don't know what to say, but both of them have to be won by Team Makke if they want to stay in this. But, okay, Malthael is down. They're trying to go for Muradin here. Maybe they can make it. Yeah, that shove didn't hit anything either. They're gonna go for the Stukov kill. Karrigan gets gusted away. Yasuo simply walks out of this. No problem. 5 heroes. Yeah, who cares? Yeah, of course Malthael is back. I mean, again, he has his 20 already, so that's not an issue. And Muradin finally taken down. Finally get the Muradin kill. They go for Malthael again. He has the last rights. They gotta be cautious with that. Nick is already waiting on his little special snowflake over here. Max Passion is a bit low in mana too, by the way. So yeah, Nick is not the only one. The bird went towards the middle and is getting this. Oh, this could actually take the bell tower back. Yeah, bell tower is falling. The altar isn't enough anymore. The altar is not enough anymore to end the game. If Team Nick takes it, they will have them on 1, but still. Ooh, and yeah, there's the kill attempt again. Karrigan with the Ultralisk. Last rights, the kill. Makke, Karrigan. The double combo as he moves straight in for another one. Godlike. Nick. Nick. Can they get another kill? No, this time he falls. Yes, the gravity lapse finally puts an end to him. 4 kills against 2, and they get another channel. If they make that comeback happen, that would be the comeback of the century. 4 shots are fired. Level 20 talents are finally in on both sides. Wind tunnel is in. What a setup. What an insane game. And not only the heroes in Meta Madness are sometimes crazy, but also Nick is absolutely bonkers. I honestly can just imagine the conversation on the side of the red team is, that's why we ban that hero normally when we're going up against Nick. Kind of forgot about that. But that's always how it happens, right? You have a hero banned against a certain player for like a month or more, and then everybody's just like, why again do we ban this? Like, do we really have to ban this? There's like other heroes we want to get rid of. Like, can we just not like get this through? And you don't ban it one time, and all of a sudden it's just total carnage. And you're like, okay, I remember. Yeah, there was actually a reason. Okay, thank you guys. 4 stacks on the last rights, by the way. That's a 20-second cooldown reduction on Malthael. But there's a lot of stuns now also for the team in red. Yeah, and they're starting to chase Masquerade. I would chase him too. He's been taunting them the entire game. If anybody deserves to get his ass kicked a little bit, it is the dwarf. 5 versus 5. Carrigan. Carrigan, careful. Yeah, okay, they're not gonna go for the flank here yet. The queen. The queen. The queen of blades. Is she looking for the next combo? Single altar at the bottom of the map. No place made just yet. By the way, that bell tower is already back down to 50% HP. So if they win the battle, they can take the bell tower and then win the game behind it. And off we go. As a setup, Carrigan is already moving in. A little bit of poke from Dainu as he gets the poke connected here. Mirrodin, Mirrodin, Mirrodin! Hopping out and going down. Yeah, Masquerade. Maybe a little bit too much memeing at the beginning of the game. All of a sudden, you guys are down to 22 points on the core. 5 on the opponent's side. Slowly but steadily, Team Makke is clawing their way back into this. Okay, last laugh, and so on and so forth. Yeah, Yasuo might fall here. They go for Sukov. Oh, the big shove. Yeah, Yasuo's alive. Carrigan, they're gonna try for a kill. Oh, they're trying, and yeah, I don't know. Did he think that the Ultralisk was an actual hero? I mean, I know it's his namesake, but still, that's not important enough. So maybe it's like imposter comes in and tries to take him down. Maybe it's like that why that might be the reason why he hates the thing. But that wasn't a hero, so I'm not quite sure what he was trying to target, but it didn't yield the result that was probably needed here. So yeah, but Ultralisk wants to kill the Ultralisk. It makes sense. It makes sense in hindsight, right? So if you think it through, there is a reason. There's also a lockdown. Stalk, last right. No, Divine Shield cancels it. Divine Shield is in. It's a trade. Cooldown trade right now. That's actually a positive cooldown trade for the blue team because Malthael has his stacks already, so the 20-second cooldown reduction on this, he's gonna have it back up in half a minute, whereas the Divine Shield is down for more than twice the amount. On the other side, they're going to look for kills again. These gravity lapses in those corners on the other hand, but Carrigan comes in, trying to get the kill, wind tunnel, and Carrigan jumping out with a Bolt of the Storm. Double altar available, 5 points against 18 right now. Alright. The sexiness that is Nick's Carrigan continues, but the team play that we have for Team Makke and the resilience that the team has shown throughout this match is still there. So don't count them out yet. The combo didn't hit. Nick missed the combo and is now on the run. Gets locked down. Oh, dodges out of most of it. Good Chrysalis use. Dodges out the Juke Master 2000, ladies and gentlemen. Dodges everything over here. The dwarf still hopping away. Doesn't have his ult available anymore either. Nick is low. Taps the fountain. Everybody else gets locked down here. There's the Flame Strike. Last rights and the kill against Malganis. Dehaka is dead too. Dehaka is dead. Dino is ripping them apart from the side. That's a kill. That's a double. That is a 5-man team wipe, ladies and gentlemen. As they take the entire lineup down, they go for the channel at the bottom altar. Already the rotation into the middle. Redemption, he's gonna die again. There's the silence, the Stormbolt, and time to say goodbye. With only 1 point left on the core, this is gonna be the end of it. Mirrodin is gonna commit Sudoku over here. Jumps in right away. Masquerade down, Yasuo down, the shots are fired, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is game. Team Nick moves on to the losers bracket final, and Team Makke is eliminated for Meta Madness.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.